Yeah, bang bang rail. Some things that come out when you talk to people that you ain't seen for a long, long time. We was talking about the White Hart Acton, yeah, and it was a big, but it was not a big club. It was a pub, side of a pub, the big hall in the pub, yeah, and it was right next door to Acton Police Station. When I say right next door, it was a couple of 3 yards away from the police station. So you can imagine, you can't have no trouble in there, but there was murders in there. I mean, it's only recently that I found out that Cliff Fields, my mate Cliff Fields, that used to be on the door at the White Hart, but he wasn't on the door for very long because I remember Georgie Clark, Manny Clark's dad, Freddie Clark, Manny Clark's granddad or uncle, yeah, that can have a right terrible row, yeah. He talks like that. He's had a bit of brain damage, yeah, but this man can have a right row and he walks a bit funny, like he drags his legs, yeah. But this man can have a right fight with the old man, George, yeah. Oh, you had another guy in there called Dave Griffiths. He could have a right fight. And there was quite a few in there. There was about a Murray Bush and another guy called Derek, Big Del, yeah. There's about 5 or 6 bouncers on the door. You can imagine in a hole of a pub. So you can imagine the sort of like trouble that gets in there, yeah. The reason I'm talking about Cliff Fields, right? He hadn't been in there very long, and he was in there one night on the door, and he'd gone inside to look at the dance hall with Dave Griffiths, yeah, one end, one the other end. And there's a guy in there called Maurice Claridge, yeah? Well, Maurice Claridge used to work for Radio Caroline. Anybody remember Radio Caroline? Well, Maurice Claridge, he was a DJ, got to Radio Caroline. Fantastic, he was. And because everybody knew him, a good dancer, he was down the other end near Cliff Fields. Someone pushed him, had a bit of a push at him because he was such a good dancer. He's turned around, hit the geese on the chin. Cliff Fields has hit Mole Claridge on the chin and knocked his spark out instead of just grabbing him and pulling him out. He's hit him on the chin. The worst thing Cliff could have done was that, because it kicked off big time, yeah? I mean, everybody rushed over to Cliff Fields. Dave Griffiths has called everybody in from the door. But by the time they got to Cliff Fields was on the floor, yeah? They hit with everything, bottles, glasses, tables, chairs. They just kept smashing him to pieces, but he wasn't knocked out. I can remember, I was there. And Cliff Fields got up then, when they all come in, all the others come in, all the other bouncers come in, and they started learning the fight. Cliff Fields got up and started knocking people out. I mean, Cliff Fields could really have a fight, mate. I mean, people say to me, yeah, Cliff Fields was good in the ring, but he wasn't that good on the cobbles. Let me tell you something. Cliff Fields could have a right fight, mate, on the cobbles. Don't worry about that, mate, because I see him fight in the White Hart, knocking people out like he's going out of fashion, and I see him outside. You've got to remember that Cliff had hit the floor and been done with bottles, glasses, chairs, tables, the lot, yeah? And he got up and fought his way out of the White Hart outside, because once he got out the doors, everybody started rushing out because no one wants to get involved in the trouble, yeah? So they're all getting out and there's a fight outside. Everybody's fighting. I'm fighting. We're fighting other people that's coming in the club, yeah? We're not fighting the bouncers, we're fighting other people. But there's a lot of people fighting the bouncers because now the bouncers are getting involved. Police really ain't come out of the police station. They're maybe crapping themselves, you know. At that time of night, there may be 4 or 5 police officers in there. They ain't getting involved, mate. They just shut the door, crash. And it was the old police station, yeah? So everybody's fighting outside. I can't remember if it was Dave Griffiths or Cliff Fields. It was one of those two, because them two was fighting together. Them two was in the club itself when it kicked off, yeah. I'm not quite sure which one of them got stabbed. One of them got stabbed because there's all blood everywhere. I'm not quite sure it was Cliff Fields or Dave Griffiths. I always thought it was Cliff Fields who got stabbed, yeah. Maybe it was Dave Griffiths, yeah. But anyway, that night it kicked off big time. That was the night, I think, they closed the club down for quite a bit of time to get it together because they smashed the inside, smashed it to pieces inside. I remember Freddie Clark and George Clark, they was also smashed to pieces. I mean, not when I say smashed to pieces, I don't mind they was knocked out or anything, but they all got bottles and glasses over their head, chairs, tables, you know, and they still was standing up, but there was all blood pouring everywhere from their head, everything. And you can imagine the state of their bodies where they've been smashed, kicked, and because once they've gone down, I mean, the only one I didn't see go down was Freddie Clark. I never see him hit the floor. I see George hit the floor. I see him steam into Georgie Clark, and I seen Freddie Clark come to his rescue, and they all run a mile, yeah? And then George got up and they was fighting toe to toe, back to back, George and Fred, yeah? Back to back, they was fighting, yeah? Not like side to side, back to back, mate. Dave Griffiths and Cliff Fields, they was running after people. And then I think it come on top for them because whilst they was running after people, there was maybe 15 people running after them. And then it was a big fight round by the cinema, the Odeon Cinema, was a big fight round there as well. But what's his name? What's his name now? Derek, Big Derek. Manny Clark, I hope he's watching this. Derek had a big scar down his face. Big, powerful guy. Big, powerful guy. Talk funny as well, but big, powerful. He's run after Mickey Everton. Also Tommy Green. I mean, Tommy Green is now being released from Long Larton. Tommy Green got done with a guy called didn't get done. He got into prison for killing Joe Rouse. There's a big thing about that, but I don't want to get involved in it because it's people. Joe Ross's family don't want to be remembered. Don't remember what happened there, but a lot of people know what happened. So Tommy Green's out. Tommy Green's out of prison, but Tommy Green was involved in the trouble with this Big Derek. There was Mickey Everton, Keith Everton, Tommy Green. I think Freddie Green, Tommy Green's brother, Tom's brother. He was involved. There's 4 or 5 of them, and also Jackie Lang. Jackie Lang. I'm not quite sure if Jackie Lang stabbed Del Boy. I'm not quite sure, but Jackie Lang was always had a blade. Yeah, always used it as well. He wasn't frightened to use it, mate. And I remember because what happened, that Del went to Mickey Everton, was fighting Mickey Everton. Mickey Everton kicked him up the groin and he hit the floor and they all steamed into him, yeah? Bricks, everything, because it was run up this hill, yeah? Went into gardens, everything to get things to hit him with. And then Derek got up and started fighting. And there was a few bouncers chased all the others. And it was a white nutty night, mate. It was mad night. But Cliff Fields was the one that started it. He started it with Mo Claridge, yeah? As I say, Mo Claridge, he used to work for Radio Caroline. Anybody check it out, Radio Caroline was a big boat off the coast of Britain. You know, it's a place of good sounds, mate. But Mo Claridge got to work there. Mo Claridge is the best dancer and DJ that I've ever known, mate. He was fantastic. Fantastic Mo Claridge, yeah? Anybody remember him, Mo Claridge, that on my thing? They must remember Mo. Anyway, Bang Bang Rail, please press the like button and subscribe. Nice one.